Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope everyone is doing well. So let's start. So before starting, we can discuss what we have covered in our last video. So we have seen some part of Suitescrpt type, and we'll continue with the remaining with that. So let's start. So the Suitescrpt type. We all know that in our previous video we have seen this we have covered this part and to Suitelet we have seen that validation and how we can what is the use of that Suitelet and user event script client script and what are the syntax and how we can implement that script and how we can automate that business with the help of customization. So let's start with the remaining part. So now we can start with that schedule script. So schedule script, what it is. So run a job, we can automate the business based on our requirement, and we can schedule it. So it will be automated. We don't need to do anything. It will be a batch process, a process batches of data. So it's an automation workhorse. How to create so if we're talking about how to create a suite script, so first we have to write suite script in the type of schedule script API version 2 2.x, that is the latest version of that suite script, and this will be the schedule script, that is the type of the script scope. And here in the define we have to define that script module, and this is that module, and this is return type, and this is the function. So within the function we have to define our logic, what we need to implement, what are the requirement. So based on that we can review. So if you see here, for example, suppose how to create a script record. So we need to create a script. We navigate to a script, a new script schedule script. That is set that first to schedule that we can select any date every 15 minutes every week. So like that we can schedule that script and we can deploy. So what will the use cases on that? Data synchronization, periodic reporting, or batch processing. So data synchronizing, suppose we are downloading the data, so we can use that Suitescrpt, and we are transferring the data from we are creating any transaction to by automating. So we are doing that by using batch processing, so it will be automated. So once we have done the setup, so user don't need to come again and again and do that process manually. So it will be automated, so no need to so no need to use a lot of time so on that, and no need to invest a lot of time, so it will be automated. So every day will be sync. So no need to email customers overdue invoice, so that also we can automate. So every so what are the overdue invoice, it will be auto send based on that scheduled job. So schedule script can search for overdue records every morning and send to the reminders to the customers, so who are the recipient. So this is that syntax of that schedule script. And next is the map reduce script. So this is that batch processing job, like it will handle the process large data in the parallel for the efficiency use case, like a bulk record update, a data import and integration purpose, and batch job. So for example, we are doing some integration from server. We are downloading the data from server and processing in the batch, so it will create a bulk record at a time. So it will like it's a large, it can handle the large volume of data. So we see that high level data script, so we can use this script for the batch job and integration purpose. So this syntax, if we see look into that syntax, so they see that so this is the API version, and this is the script type. And So in the map reduce script, we have four more main four function like get input function, map and map function, and reduce function, and summarize function. So what each function having their own job, like get input function, we are defining that our uh, requirement, like it will retrieve the data from Netsuite. For example, it will fetch the data, and it will pass the data, and it will hand over to that map function. So from map function we can retrieve the data from that. It will so in the basically in the get input function we are defining the logic, how we can retrieve the data, how we can send the data to other functions. So for example, if you are using save search, so we have to run the save search, and we have to define that save search in that get input function, and we have to return the save search result in the return type. Then we can get in the map function by using context mode, and from context we can get the data, and we can pass, and we can use define our logic in the map. Then we can pass that key value as a key pair value, and key and value as in the context mode. And so a reduce function will get that retrieve the data from reduce map, and it will complete the remaining process, what are the logic we need to implement. So based on that we have to implement the logic in the map or reduce function. So both function are not required, so we can handle with map and reduce itself. So if we are using a high volume of data, high logic, high level logic, then we can use map and reduce function. So reduce will summarize the data, like it will read the data in the map, and it will try to summarize the data, like reduce that data. And in the summarize function it will give we can handle the summary part, and you can return. So these are that map reduce script and the structure, syntax. So what we can say that. And restlet is that this is also one of the type of script, and it's it is mainly used for that integration purpose. Provide a RESTful API from external integration, use syncing data with external system, CRUD operation, create, renamed, or update, or delete. So this is this map RESTlet script is basically doing that integration with the third party applications. So for example, there is a other application, we need to exchange the data from one system to another system. Like for example, we have any other application. So in that application we are using some invoices. So we need to pull that invoice in the NetSuite. So we can use the RESTlet to automate that. So whenever we are creating any transaction in that application with that type of transaction, so at the same time it will reflect to the NetSuite. So we can use to sync the data, interchange the data from one system to another system by using a RESTlet. So we can send also the data, and we can fetch also the data, pull the data. So this is the syntax, like a script version 2.x. This is the latest version of that script from Netsuite side, and this is the type of the script. We have to define that. And this is that header, define record. This is that module, record is the module, and function record, it's a return type. So here there is a one function, so in that get we have to get and post. We have to write the logic in that get function and post function. If we are sending any data details to the other system, then we are writing the post logic. So this is the RESTlet. We'll discuss in deep in the upcoming video. So we'll see that real time scenario, and we'll learn about that some logic. We'll write some test example, and we'll deploy, and we'll execute that in the upcoming video. So this is just a basic summary. And what is the workflow action script? What is the use? So workflow action is a custom action to the workflow. So it will add additional action. So suppose we need some our required action. So we need some action which is not available in that action fields from NetSuite as by default standard. So we can write a script, a workflow action script, and in that script we can design our action what we need that. Then we can deploy that script. Once we'll deploy, so in the workflow action list we can see that, so custom workflow action will be appear in that after deploying the script. So basically using for custom approval process, triggering external process. This is the scenario. So this is the syntax, like script API version and script type, workflow action script, and this is that header part, defining that record module, and record is a return type, and here we can implement our logic. Here we can describe the logic what we need to do. So based on that we have to define our required logic, and we can deploy the script. Yeah, these are just overview. We'll learn in details in upcoming videos. So this is the mass update script. This is a purpose of script is to update the update the record, bulk of update on records. So use case applying changes across multiple records at once. For example, we have thousand of records, so we need to update for example the location or some memos. So at a time we can use this script, and we can update the mass update. By using mass update we can update all the records at a time. So the version is the same, like API version is 2.x. What are the script type? Like we have to define that script type in the scope, the subnet script, and then we have to define that module. So after that, once we define, then we have to define the function, and the function parameters, and the record, and what are the required logic. So we have to describe our logic here, and then we have to run the job, deploy the script. So then we can execute the result. Yeah, that's it for today. And so in our next video we will learn about module and suite script header in details, and module or scope, what are the header part before implementing reaching to the function. Then we will continue with that suite script module. So what are the modules, important modules, and how we can use that modules. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe my channel, and please follow, and put a like, and add your comment on the comment section. Thank you watching for watching.